What would happen if you stopped talking completely for 7 days? No conversations, no arguments, no unnecessary explanations, just silence. Most people think silence is empty. But what if silence is actually one of the most powerful tools for transforming your mind? A few years ago, a man decided to conduct a strange experiment. For 7 days, he would speak only when absolutely necessary. No small talk, no gossip, no random comments. What happened during those 7 days shocked him. And by the end of this video, you might never look at silence the same way again. The first day felt strange. He never realized how much he talked until he tried to stop. Normally, he filled every empty moment with words. At work, at home, even when he was alone. But now, every time he wanted to speak, he paused. And something unexpected happened. He started noticing how often people speak without thinking. Most conversations were repetitive. Complaints, excuses, judgments. For the first time, he became an observer instead of a participant. But honestly, day one was difficult. Silence felt uncomfortable. His mind became noisy. Thoughts raced endlessly, and he wondered if he could even make it through the week. On the second day, something changed. Because he wasn't focused on speaking, he started truly listening, not just hearing words. Listening. He noticed emotions hidden behind people's voices. He noticed insecurity, stress, fear, excitement, things he had never paid attention to before. Most people listen just enough to reply, but very few listen to understand. And for the first time, he realized how much information silence can reveal. The less he talked, the more he learned. By the third day, another surprising thing happened. The outside world became quieter, but the inside world became louder. Thoughts appeared nonstop. Past mistakes, future worries, random memories, embarrassing moments from years ago. Without constant conversation, he was forced to face his own mind. And that's when he discovered something important. Most people aren't afraid of silence. They're afraid of what silence reveals. Because when the noise disappears, you finally hear yourself. On day 4, a friend criticized him unfairly. Normally, he would immediately defend himself, maybe even argue. But because of his challenge, he stayed silent. And something incredible happened. The argument died instantly. No conflict, no drama, no stress. He realized that many problems continue only because both sides keep feeding them with words. Sometimes the strongest response is no response at all. Silence gave him control, and control gave him power. By day 5, people started reacting differently. Some respected him more. Some became curious. Others felt uncomfortable. Why? Because silence changes social dynamics. When you speak less, people pay more attention when you finally speak. Your words gain weight. Your opinions carry more value. Think about the wisest person you've ever met. They probably weren't the loudest person in the room. They spoke carefully. And because of that, people listened. Silence creates mystery, and mystery creates influence. On day 6, something remarkable happened. His mind felt calmer. Decisions became easier. Stress felt smaller. The constant mental clutter started disappearing. He realized that much of his exhaustion wasn't physical. It was mental. Every day, we consume endless information, endless conversations, endless opinions, and our brains rarely get a chance to rest. Silence became a reset button, a way to recharge his mind. For the first time in years, he felt clear. Then came the final day, and with it, the biggest lesson of all. He discovered that silence doesn't mean weakness. It doesn't mean fear. And it doesn't mean you have nothing to say. Sometimes silence means you're finally strong enough not to say everything. Because not every thought deserves words. Not every argument deserves attention. Not every opinion needs to be shared. True wisdom isn't knowing when to speak. It's knowing when not to. And that realization changed everything. Psychologists have long studied the effects of silence. Research suggests that quiet moments can reduce stress, improve focus, increase self-awareness, and strengthen emotional control. Many successful leaders, thinkers, and philosophers throughout history practiced periods of silence, not because they wanted to escape the world, but because they wanted to understand it better. Silence creates space, space to think, space to reflect, space to grow. And in today's world, that space is becoming increasingly rare. Imagine spending just one day speaking less, listening more, reacting less, observing more. You might be surprised by what you discover, because sometimes the answers we're searching for aren't hidden somewhere out in the world. They're hidden beneath the noise, waiting patiently in silence. So here's a challenge. For the next 24 hours, speak only when necessary. Listen more than you talk, and see what changes. You may discover the same truth that transformed this man's life. That silence isn't empty. Silence is powerful. If you enjoyed this story and want more fascinating psychology insights, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And tell us in the comments, could you stay silent for 7 days? Thanks for watching. And remember, sometimes the loudest lessons are learned in complete silence.